Hello!
I've got a mouthful of nuts.
Oh, aye.
Uh-huh.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Anti-Social Distancing. And this week, I'm letting bygones be bygones. I'm not here to fight. Let's let pals be pals, and I'm supporting old Rudo.
That'll last 5 minutes.
I've not got my Wolfgang t-shirt on this time. I normally do have it on, but no today.
That's what I thought I would do. I'd try and look.
I have a Wolfgang t-shirt and a Lionheart t-shirt, and that's the only two t-shirts that fit me now, because I'm so fat because of lockdown. Because I'm eating hunters of these. Look.
What?
Huh?
Jelly tots.
Jelly tots.
Oh,
is that your favourite sweetie?
See,
have you got them by your side so you can just dig into them?
No, they're for later. A mouthful of them. Oh, what all the different colours, flavours, a fusion in your mouth. Absolutely brilliant.
Is that your right? So, everybody, you might not know this about Rudo, but it's one thing that you could probably put on his gravestone. Loves sweeties.
Oh.
Gums in particular.
Oh.
Gums, loves gummies. Like
you've never seen anything like Rudo in a sweetie shop. You know, it's like a kid in a candy store. It's like Rudo in a gum shop. Benidorm. We found a sweetie emporium in Benidorm, and we were invisible to him. Nothing else mattered.
Sweeties, man.
And he's like Rain Man. See if it's like 2 penny a sweetie. He can work that out to the penny, man. Just like that.
I will be honest. I've not been too bad on the gums during lockdown. I like the odd night or the odd day where I go a bit mental with gums, but I'm trying to just, you know.
No, but at your worst, they will calculate at your worst. You were eating approximately 15 gums a week. 1,500 gums a week.
Oh, aye. Oh, yeah. Easy.
I'm going to need to jump in here because just before I came on air, the missus handed me something quite special. I have a cake here that she made on her own. Prepare yourself. Do any is like cheesecake?
Oh, aye.
You fanny cheesecake? Wait, you see this cheesecake?
A fanny cheesecake? Hold on.
Yeah, fanny cheesecake.
Give me a slice of that.
Does it taste?
Fanny cheesecake.
You've ruined this before you even go done.
Right, what flavour have we got here?
It's New York.
Oh, New York flavour.
New York. It tastes like rats and
smoke.
Turtles and Splinter.
I just wanted to show that off because she's very proud of it.
It actually looks pretty. The middle there looks quite interesting, like unicorn kind of, maybe Battenberg kind of type. So what is the flavour of that then? What's the actual flavour?
It's all the same flavour with different colours. Aye.
I'd be interested how she managed that with the different.
Whoa! Hold on a minute, Barry. What are you doing? Get another spoon for that in your mouth and get the mic up to it.
All right,
let me hear you slap me. Eat with your mouth open.
I know. I don't want to be.
I give you permission.
Okay, you sure about this? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to bring my down like this,
right?
So
okay.
You can't really see me.
I don't care what you look like. I'm sorry about the sound.
Right, hold on.
Go on.
I'll try to get half a plate. Here we go.
Go on.
Right. It's a bit.
Well, we call
it's almost like a rude way. Like if you ate like that when you were away and you'd get a row. What that sound? That's the sound.
On the subject of this, right? So I just posted earlier that Road to Wrestler's been nominated for another award. But a wee tidbit, during the filming of Road to Wrestler, I let the sound guy know that I enjoyed the sound of people eating. So one day, he let me listen to myself. So I had a mic on my t-shirt. I had the headphones on that were linked to both the mic on my t-shirt and the boom mic. And I ate a big salad roll. And I could hear it in HD in my own ears. And he thought I was a pervert.
Well,
so what is the award? What is the actual award? The Royal Television Society or something like that?
Aye, Royal Television Society.
Different to the BAFTAs?
Aye, it's different, but a bit gutted that the ceremony has obviously been cancelled.
Aye, it's going to be on Zoom.
It'll be on Zoom. So my flatmate Edwina, who was a producer on Road to Wrestling, that's how I met her. She wants to get dressed up as if we're going to an award ceremony and sit in the living room, and I'm just not up for it at all.
No.
I mean, I don't like getting dressed up in a suit when I'm going somewhere. So me getting all dressed up, sitting in my house, half cut, and then realise that I can't go out, I just get furious and just become a pure pest.
Aye.
So yeah. I don't know. I might just watch the award ceremony in my pants.
All the best anyway. It's good to be nominated for.
Aye, congratulations.
It's better to win them.
But hopefully we win that. Hopefully we win this one.
I've been in a show that's won a Scottish BAFTA.
Go on.
Scripted comedy. Scottish BAFTA for scripted comedy last year the year before went to Scottish Squad. So.
Was that specifically because of your appearance?
They don't say that, but they don't say that so that your ego doesn't inflate.
Yeah, they don't like the wrestling. They don't like the wrestling, you know.
We all know that.
When you go for a part in anything in Scotland, it's best to no tell them that you're a wrestler. They seem to like that better.
That you're not a wrestler?
I think if you go into the audition and be like, oh, wrestling, ICW, I'm a wrestler, they kind of go, you'll just try to get on this because you're a wrestler,
and then they go,
I've had better success by actually no telling them I'm a wrestler until the actual moment that they're about to start filming me, and then I tell them and they're like, oh, we didn't know that. It's like, so I withheld that information.
Like, right to the point where they're about to film you. Like, your own set, the cameras are there, you're on your mark.
I'm a wrestler!
Boom! I've done this before!
Damn it! Right, so again, before we go to this, Barry, I'm pretty sure that you've got a very similar story to me about working on set with a stunt coordinator who insists on telling you what to do.
Right,
and
so...
It's really annoying, but you need to listen to him.
I don't know. There was this. I don't know if it was a stunt coordinator or if there was this guy that I met doing a bit of extra work, and he was like
a jug.
It's a Pyrex jug.
With juice in it.
It's right. I've not got any big enough cups.
It looks as though you got that for under the bed.
I'm not emptying it.
I'm not coming in to empty that.
It's all cloudy.
What's that for?
Fish. Stunt coordinator.
Stunt guy.
Aye, it was like the most professional like extra there ever was. Like, it was like, oh, I do this all the time. I know where to be and I know how to do this and this. I was just like, get away. I've been on this and I've been on that and I've done a bit on this, and I'm like, and like, if you know yourself, if you've ever done anything filming, a lot of it is just sitting about waiting for everything to be set up for when they need you to come in and do your bit. So I just had this. I had to try and disappear from him half the time, but just this guy hanging about explaining to me everything about extra work, and I was just like, I'm not that deep into it. Like,
I know you need to. I think obviously we're wrestlers, we know what we're doing, but when you're on a film set, like, legally, they have to have these people here to advise you how to do this, right? So I had a similar one when I was filming the Scots last year, and the fight scene at the end where I had the kilt on and I took down Henry. But this guy, obviously it's his job, and he kept going, mate, do you want knee pads and a crash mat? I'm going, no, mate, I'm just going to fall to my side. He's going, I know, but you want knee pads? I said, well, I kilt, you'll see the knee pads. He's going, but safety. And he's going, so see if you grab them, right, and you kind of, and I went, and I'm just going, try not to say, I do this for a living, because it's his job. So I was so adamant, and he kept asking me. But then he kept going up to, he went up to Ian Connell one time, and I was right beside him, going like that, "I'm right, big man, is the big Ian hurting you?" I'm going, I'm standing right here, of course I'm not hurting him. I'm not actually choking him out. But then we did so many takes it that my knee was really sore, and I went too far, and I was too stubborn to ask him for a knee pads.
No.
So I was throwing myself down, and I was going, oh, this is killing my knees, but I was too proud to go, mate, can I get a knee pad?
Aye. Was he just turning there like that? Aye.
I tell you. Hey, a big wrestler,
don't like that.
Big wrestler,
You think you're tough?
That was the same with, like, I've had something similar myself where, like, it was basically just pushing a guy and he pushed me back and I got arrested. That was the scene, and like, they wanted a crash mat out on the pavement in front of the police car, in case anybody fell into the pavement when all the scuffle. But it was the crash mat was doing more harm than good being there, because you were having to stand on it and trip out it. So you ended up just getting shot at. But
then you end up doing that.
I mean, have we eaten dinner yet?
Yep. No long consumed. I had chicken thighs and rice.
Oh, bone in.
Quite lovely. Bone in. Aye.
Bone in. Oh.
Aye, and a wee plate next to me. I was putting the bones in as I was chopping the meat after this stuff. After the bones.
What kind of chicken thighs? What kind of rice?
I don't know how they were seasoned, but how you would typically season. I'm sure she'll comment in a wee second. She'll be watching downstairs.
Can I just say something? So, Lewis has had a pizza, but he's not Patsy, right?
He had a.
No.
Right.
I don't know.
I know lockdown's hard, but you don't want to be turning that stuff. Come on.
He's got his vowels round the
No, but right. So that's maybe a mistake, or maybe have I just figured out why Paxo is called Luca de Patsy?
No, I've been saying this
because it's pizza, but the vowels are the other way around.
No, but I think Luca de Patsy. I think Luca de Patsy means something in Italian. But for us, we're just looking at it like he's just switched the vowels.
And Lewis had a Patsy for his dinner. Hard times in the lockdown. I've Patsy in my dinner there.
I'm not very hungry anymore.
Oh, well, I had a chicken fried rice, homemade, Slimming World.
Very nice.
But it was a big portion. I mean, this plate weighed about 1 kilogram. I could feel it. I thought to myself, that's about 1 kilogram. It might have been more. I never finished it. It was too much.
You bicep curl on it.
It was heavy.
It was heavy.
I wasn't that hungry. I tried that meat thing. It was difficult. It was really difficult.
You've just crashed yourself in there. You could have told us you had 2 steaks.
I mean, I'm eating the meat, but I'm not just eating the meat on its own.
That's just eating normal food.
I've got a fridge full of steak, man. Something as a steak.
Talking about when Barry said seasoning there, do you know what I did this week? I seasoned a skillet.
Oh, aye.
Right? Now, I had no idea this had to happen, right? Because there's a cast iron skillet, but I was making food in it, but then it was getting rusty around the top of the food, and I'm going, is this safe to eat? So I googled it saying, can you eat rust? And they went, aye, you can eat. You would need to eat an ungodly amount of rust before it made you ill, right? So I ate it, but then it says you need to season your skillet. So you wash it, you dry it, then you put oil in it, and you rub the oil with a towel, oil your inside and outside of the skillet, and then you bake it in the oven upside down on the highest temperature for an hour, and the oil absorbs into the skillet and makes it rust-proof and anti-stick.
So you just do that once?
No, you do it once and it will last for a good while, but then if you start to see rust again, you can do it again.
Because I seen somebody cracking a skillet. It was a breakfast skillet.
Yeah, the different bits in it.
And it had I chopped up square slice black pudding, bacon, and like the wee totties sort of home fries.
Aye, home fries are great.
And it was all that mixed in the skillet, and then it was topped with poached eggs.
Aye, so baked eggs, right? So I'm a big fan of baked eggs. So if you make, so that's what. So basically, I had like corned beef hash without corned beef. So it was like totties and peppers and tomatoes and stuff like that. But then what you could do is crack eggs on the top of it and then bake it, and then take it out, because obviously the handle's the same, cast iron. So that's how I've been spending my.
That's
week.
excellent. That's
You
great.
had the night. You had that the night for dinner?
No, I've not had dinner yet.
What did you put in the skillet? The eggs?
The hash, the totties and the to make it kind of gratin. But I was talking about this recently with the Marmite conversation about how if you don't like it, try it again later on. As you get older, you start to like things.
Right.
So I don't like sweet potatoes. I don't like sweet potato fries. I don't like sweet potato mash. It doesn't sit well with me, right? But I know they're good for me, so I thought I'll get sweet potatoes and I'll train myself to like them. So I made some big sweet potato wedges and I cooked them, ate them, loved them instantly. Instantly.
Right, so how did you not like them?
Because it tastes like mashed potato with sugar in it.
Aye. It's an acquired taste.
It's too sweet. It's like when Americans put marshmallows and that through their totty.
I can eat sweet potato fries, but if you gave me mashed sweet potato, that's healthy. But they say, like, it's something I learned when my son's younger and we were trying to get him into new food. There's like a certain amount of times like you need to eat something. If you don't like it, it's like 28 times or something. And then you start to like it after that.
28 times?
It's a mad amount of times.
You need to keep giving them
it.
If you ate jobbies 28 times?
Well, if I was getting $5,000 for every time, that would be a lot of money. That'd be £140,000. And I would like it.
And after that, you would just enjoy it?
Aye.
Supposedly, if you hear something 7 times, it sticks with you. So if you get a radio advert that's only 30 seconds...
You're an arsehole, 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 you're an arsehole. There you go, there's 8 times for you.
I cut it there. I couldn't hear it properly.
Barry, take that t-shirt off. This is deserves it.
I'm going to rip it. See what I really ahead.
I've got a cupboard full of them if you want any. I've got a cupboard full of them. I've got about, honestly, 200 of them.
Available now online at
No, they're no. They're no.
You don't sell them?
No, I'm going to send them to Rwanda.
Who?
I'm going to send them to Rwanda so that in Children in Need, like when they make the video, they'll all be cutting about with wee Wednesday, all be cutting about with Rudo t-shirts on, and then I'll sell them.
That's marketing.
Jesus, Andy.
Wee malaria in it with a Rudo t-shirt on.
All the celebrities showing up and they've all got these Rudo t-shirts. Like Tom Hanks got away and showing up like, why have they all got these Rudo t-shirts on? And then he obviously gets one. He puts it on Instagram. Where are these t-shirts comfy? This guy.
Then he makes a fortune.
Available in 1 year's time.
Catch us later this year on Children in Need.
Watch this video back in a year's time.
So
it'll be available.
I trust everybody watched SUPERBAD.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have seen it before. It's actually the first time I've ever seen SUPERBAD. Believe it or not, nah. And I must say, I like this genre of film. Like this high school senior year, going to the prom, or you're going to college. But I mean, let me give you. I'm going to give you an interpretation. So I'm going to put the light off, right? And when I put the light back on, I'm going to show you what my facial expression was throughout this entire film, even the funny bits.
Right. Okay.
So you loved it then, eh?
Right.
So
you clearly deep in thought about everything that was going on.
Maybe. Well, maybe somebody could tell me what I'm meant to be laughing at in this film. Tell me that.
Just humour.
Tell me a belly laughter. That was hilarious moment that took place in this movie.
no wee bits
You
of
put
it.
me on the spot. I wish I would have took notes.
Not necessarily bits, right? But like Fogel. See when Fogel hangs out with the police, and then he meets up with the two of them after it, and he's obviously just got a pure boost of confidence, and he starts talking like a gangster. Just this wee skinny, weedy guy with like a big baggy shirt on, just thinking he's a pure player. Chicky,
but I like Jonah Hill.
The fact that Jonah Hill had a
fan of Emma
condition.
Stone. Oh, I love Emma Stone.
Jonah Hill had a condition when he was a wee boy that all he could do was draw willies.
Aye.
Just massive loads. That's
I know,
hilarious.
We've all been there.
When we're looking at this genre of movies, right, we've got American Pie, right, and Superbad is nowhere near as good as that. Road Trip was another kind of similar film with that kind of genre. Van Wilder, like, it's not as good as any of them.
What about
Huh?
do you ever see Waiting?
Aye. Waiting's good.
What?
I'm going to turn the light off. And when I come back on, I'll be playing the game and waiting, right? I'm kidding on.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't see Superbad being anywhere else on our current list than bottom right now. I don't see it being better than any of the films we've watched so far.
I might give you that because I probably would.
Just to clarify, you did like it.
No,
I did really like it.
I didn't mind it, but the fact that it's one of the films like everybody talks about it, like Superbad, McLovin,
Well,
and I just
that's probably because so many people came for that movie. Like so many people kind of got their start and shot after that. Even there was a guy who was in the film towards the end. He was a pal at the party, and all he ever said when at the very end was when McLovin was getting arrested. He went, "Fogel's a badass," or something along the lines. But I clocked him early on, and I was like, I know him now. Like I've seen him in other things, and he was never saying anything. He never said a thing, and I was just like, "Why is he there?"
There was a guy.
He eventually got a line.
During the party, there was a guy that was kind of in the background, and I recognised him. And I saw him in something recently, but he was in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Aye, him. That's what I'm talking about.
Aye, I saw him a few times. I'm like, that's that guy. But I saw him. What was it I watched recently? He was in something.
Was he in Kick-Ass?
Kick-Ass. That's who it was.
He was a pal in Kick-Ass.
That's it. That's how I remember him.
There was loads of folk just showing up in this film. They were great.
And
it must have been most of their first movie.
Not really the first, but the one that kind of got them all up and gone.
I just think to myself, spring break, we're going to high school, let's get a beer keg and get a band in the garden. American house parties look jobby, man. They look crap. They just look crap. But they're just, let's get a bottle of vodka between 80s. No.
It's good. The parties are shite, but the whole, like, when you're in the last year of school and you've got a motor and everything's just... Whenever you see these films, it kind of takes you back to that time of your life when you were just about to finish school. And I mean, genuinely, like at that point in your life, like life can't be any better. Like,
can you sign the yearbook? You'd get battered at my school if you had somebody to sign your yearbook. I mean, my primary school, but I've still got my primary school T-shirt. We got all your pals to sign it, as if you're never going to see them again. It's all pure. You're like 12, and it's like it's been an honour.
See, I found something.
My best years with you. Oh, shut up.
I found something the other day, and it was a piece of paper with a list of names on it. And when I went into sixth year, after fifth year, so I'd done fifth year. After summer, I tried to go to sixth year, and within the first week, I was hearing teachers telling me that you couldn't stay on unless you had like a third or a fourth higher or something. It was. And I didn't have enough higher classes to stay on for the sixth year. And they were like, you should probably just leave and either get a job or go to college. And I was like, right, okay. But then Tino, Martin Convery, I think, I don't know if he done it or he's on the list anyway. But they went around the classes and like, all my pals were signing, like, keep Barry in school. It says at the top of the page. And it's just a list of everybody that was like signing a petition to try and get me on another year. And looking back, I was like, It's very nice of you, but I was happy to go.
The biggest thing in my year was like the 6 years had their own common room. The 6 years in my year had it was a big room above the PE department. So like it looked down onto the tennis courts, and that was like the big, the big thing about being in 6th year at my school was like, because 6 years as well, like some people were only doing like 2 or 3 subjects, whatever they needed to get them into uni. So you just would hang about this common room all day, and it was a big room, man. There was all sorts of stuff going on in there. It's crazy.
Loads of computers in it and stuff. Was this one of the new models of schools? The big cream and blue things?
No, but it was kind of... It was an ancient building, but it was...
so when I went to school...
been there for years.
I was only the second batch of first years that were in my school. My school was brand new. And we had lockers, and that was the big thing. We've all got lockers. Like, we all felt like we were, in an American high school film. You never used them because they were just an inconvenience. And the main reason we never used them was the lockers were all underneath this big square balcony that was called the spit pit.
Right.
So
makes sense.
If you had to like squeeze yourself past your lockers to not get covered in grog. And we also had the street, so there was a big long corridor where the library was, and that was the street. And you always get a bit nervous walking through the street because you would get in no hassles. When you got halfway there, folk would just all line up in like 2 lines and just kick. So you had to like get through all these like 30 folk kicking lumps at you and battering you with school bags and all that. And it was a good time,
I stood in the street. I stood in the street swinging the bags. That to be me.
We called that a gommy line.
Aye, the same thing.
You walk down the corridor, like 4 or 5 of you either side, and if you turn a corner and you see a gommy line, either you need to turn and go the other way, or you need to try and walk through it between everybody. And normally it was just a bunch of toe rags, we'll call them, like BAMs, doing it. Like I was never involved in it. This guy probably was, because that's the kind of guy he is.
I wasn't.
Still bag full of bricks.
You were swinging bags.
I was kidding on. I didn't bully anybody younger than me. I didn't bully people.
So you try and go through this. You try and go through this gommy line, and everybody just sets about you, kicking you, punching you, whatever. And if you make it through, you're different when you come out the other side.
You never bullied anybody younger than you. Just bullied folk your same age.
I will tell you. No.
Friendship here.
No. I will tell you. I did get bullied for a short time, and when I was in first year, there was a boy who was in 4th year, and he used to give me a lot of hassle after school and stuff like that. He used to hit me and all that, and just he was trying to show off. And there was a lassie that he fancied on the bus, and he would always show off. He thought he was showing off in front of her, and one day he grabbed me by the straps in my bag, in my front, and he slammed me right off a bus stop. Like, it was so, like, he fucking rattled me right off the, like the advert bit of the bus stop. Like, back then, that was all plastic, wasn't glass. It was all the old bus stops. And it was the first time that I had ever done something like this in my life. I don't know what came across me, but I actually ran up to the guy, and he was a lot taller than me, and I jumped like fucking Michael Jordan doing a slam dunk, and I cracked the guy right in the jaw. Jumped up, just went like that, boofed, and he started greeting. He was greeting, and he was trying to battle me. This guy was going to battle me, and I was like, this guy's going to do me. But everybody kept him back. Like, no, you can't do that. He's a wee guy. It was your fault. You done this to him, and he done this back. And honest to God, for that day on, this guy was my best mate. Like, he always looked out for me. He looked after me. Everybody looked after me in the school. It was crazy.
Was that the last time you jabbed somebody?
No.
Go on.
When's the last
time you fell on just went, no, come here, you boofed?
No, it was a long time. I mean, we're going back a long time, like years, still back to the school days. It was actually the first time I was in a fight with somebody, and I gave them a headlock takeover in the middle of the fight. And that was how I punched them, like, and stunned him a wee bit. Then I grabbed him in the head and I actually genuinely took him over. He was on the deck. Game over.
So speaking of it, so you had used a headlock takeover, which is a wrestling maneuver in a real fight. I've only ever done this once, right? And it was in Sucky Hall Street. And I was walking from like the garage up towards the town, and I had a scarf hanging from my belt. And this wee Ned ran past and grabbed my scarf and like whipped it right off, but it burst my belt loop. I was like, I'm never going to catch him, never, because he was a wee tiny guy. But there was a tour bus outside ABC, and I saw him coming back down, and I hid behind the tour bus at the ABC. And as he was running, I came out just at the right time, and I stuck my arm out, I clotheslined him, and I took him right down, and I felt. And honestly, man, I just went boof, and I took my scarf and just trudged away, feeling like a pure king, man. That's the last time I used that wrestling maneuver in a real fight.
But you don't. I mean, I think when you get to our age, you don't fight. I was never a fighter.
Speaking
but
of
you have to when you have to stick up for yourself.
Of course, aye. Speaking of skill, I was talking when you go back.
No. Well, just talk about wrestling moves that you've used in real scenarios. I put somebody in a crossface chicken wing one time. Tell him to wrap it, and he disappeared. No, it wasn't. It was just some guy in a park.
Just a guy in a park.
Come stays all. But man, with the headlock takeover at the time, I had just got WrestleMania 12 on tape, and it was like the Bret and Shawn Iron Man, and like the first half of that match is like headlock takeovers. So that's where I'd seen this. And I didn't even say to myself, I'm going to do this to this guy.
This was way before you started doing any sort of wrestling training.
Oh, but you know the worst bit about that like incident was that these guys that became my pals that used to bully me, one of them came up and stood on this boy so that he couldn't get up, and he was going like that to me, get him. And I was kind of like, I don't need you to do this. So you've just made me look like a fanny. And that made him more angry. And then like it turned into this big massive thing that didn't need to. It was horrible. It was Barry, the last time I ever got into a fight.
Who was it that tried to RKO you and they were in the old man pub crawl and you just shoved a massive bump on High Street? Was it Ross? Was it Ross?
I think. Maybe Conley. It sounds like something. Big Ross. Aye. That was Big Ross.
What and he just went RKO and he proper height. Barry flung him, man.
Like, here. He was up here, expecting me to go bang, just like
took this massive bump.
And it must have been so sore. Ross, your spine must have been killing you.
Have you got the SUPERBAD there? Have you done it? The wee magnet?
Yeah, he's listening. It's Coach Teddy. That's Ross.
There he is. Ross.
There he is. It was like the flattest.
Ross got that was incredible, man.
The flattest back bump you've ever seen. Just like when you slap when you land on water. When you land on water, it just goes. It was like that. Just flat.
It was the outfit. It was seeing a man in shirt, tie, braces, and a trench coat and a hat, just attempting an RKO in the middle of the town.
That was brilliant.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, I tell you what, the old man pub crawls, right? I mean, especially at a time like this, when you just think about how many things would happen in the space of that, no, even that one day, in the space of those like 8 hours, the amount of folk who have ended up seriously injured, the amount of things that have ended up damaged.
Aye.
Like it's as soon as we get to the toll booth, that's normally when it all starts to go downhill. Like for it gets better because we're all steaming drunk. But just
I'm going to bring the blood up.
Blood that I've seen in these old man pub crawls is there you go.
I'm going to bring the board up in a wee second, but there he
is, one of the old mascots.
So the old man, the AMPC, the old man pub crawl is something that we do every year where we go to all the wee old man pubs like the La Calabar, traditionally just all wee local folk that come for the community and stuff. And we thought, what would they think if this swarm of nutters came in? I suppose just the rule was to either dress up. I don't know if it ever was to dress like an old man. If you look at the original photos, it was to dress as if to get some sort of daft reaction because all these pensioners would never expect somebody as flamboyant as you or I to walk into these shops at 11 o'clock in the morning.
11 o'clock in
because
the morning.
that's when you start. And this was one of the trophies. And what we would do is get everywhere we go, get somewhere in the bar, some representative to the bar to sign it.
And you would live life like an old man. So it was always an early start, 11 o'clock start. Then you would go to the pub, you get your breakfast, you get your drink. And it was like pub golf, so you would get more points if you drank like a half and a half as opposed to a pint or whatever else. And then, so around about, was it about 1 o'clock you'd go to the bookies and put a line on?
Aye.
And then you would get to a pub and you'd watch that, and then you'd have maybe like a pie and beans around about 3 o'clock. So you were trying to live the life of an old man for a day. And then it just makes you realise just how hardcore these old men are. Like,
it's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Wrecked, absolutely wrecked, and they just do that every single day. And some of the characters we used to get in the Cala were just outrageous, man.
Aye.
There's no way we could keep up with them. Right. Outrageous. And you are saying we should put this all the way down here.
Well, what's currently bottom?
Lost Boys.
Aye, Superbad definitely at the bottom for me.
Aye.
Because I like the Lost Boys better than Superbad.
Aye, I'm not going to say otherwise. I think we're all in agreement here.
Aye.
Shake on it.
I can never figure out what.
Doesn't matter.
I can't get it, man.
Go this way. Fist bump. Fist bump.
So we've. This will be our.
We'll get this one time.
7th film.
Aye.
7th film.
Because this is episode 7, believe it or not.
Aye.
We're flying through these, and I think we're almost at 1,000 followers. We're not quite there yet, so I'm reluctant to eat these until we get 1,000 followers. So if you're watching this,
140 go
on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or Instagram now. If you're following us on any of them, give us a wee link, or if you're not following us, give us a following. You can keep up to date with us. And the goal is, like, we're not setting our sights too high, unrealistic here. Last Sunday, we says we were going to try and get 1,000 over all the platforms, and then I would willingly eat this 33-year-old chewing gum.
It looks like it was made yesterday.
You know what, it looks quite clever.
It's like the worrying thing, like when you get for example, Sour Patch Kids, and obviously vegans can eat Sour Patch Kids, they can eat jelly tots as well, and you just think to yourself, right, well, what is it then? Like, what is it made of then? If it's got no animal product in it at all, what exactly is this?
That's never going to go up.
Like actual just in a factory messing about with all this shit till you get what resembles a gum.
That tastes good. Is it good for you? Don't know, but it's tasty.
Sour Patch Kids, they don't even look. I don't know if you ever noticed, like Sour Patch Kids, like they don't even look like gums. They're no like clear, like see through. They look like slimy almost. Like they don't have that kind of see through kind of consistency. It's weird, man.
Are wired to the moon.
Right, let's get that. I'm just getting the wheel up.
I'm hoping that it's nothing before the noughties. I want something old.
I'd like an 80s. I'm looking for 80s or 90s here.
80s would be good, aye.
I'm not saying they were better films, but I think I prefer them.
Right, well, let's no time like the present. Gutted.
What?
It's the 10s. Right, out of
the 10s. What gives to?
We're going to pay for this again, aren't we? The sooner it is.
Netflix.
Right,
let's go. Let's just go for it. Right, well, I don't know about yours, but it's actually one of my favourite movies. Not sure.
Dirty Dancing didn't come out in
2000. It is Moneyball. Have you ever seen Moneyball?
Never heard it.
Talk me through it.
So it's Brad Pitt's in it, and he becomes it's based on a true story. He becomes the coach of a baseball team called the Oakland A's, and they're obviously one of the worst teams. And he starts to use data to find players. So everybody's signing these big players, but then he's like, but what if the big players weren't the best? And then he gets scientists to do the. It's a good film. It's a good wee film, and it is on Netflix because I seen it on Netflix not that long ago. Okay. And it's a true story of this guy. His name's Billy Bean, and he became
Mr. Bean.
Was pretty much. Mr. Bean. He was the guy that like all the stuff you get in football now, like number of passes and all of that, number of shots and target and all that. It was him that made that a thing really in sport.
So, are you telling me that it is not incorrect to say that Brad Pitt has played Mr. Bean?
Absolutely not at all.
That is a true
Mr.
statement.
Bean, the Mr. Bean was a real person and he was a baseball coach.
I just couldn't imagine switching Rowan Atkinson out and putting Brad Pitt in that position.
I'd say it's a Into the Wild type film where it's like an interesting kind of true story. And Brad Pitt, you can't really. I mean, he's a good actor.
Right. So before Lee and I go and watch it, where do you think it'll come on the rankings so far?
I mean, but I know for a fact that you're only going to put it above the Lost Boys because you've both got a stunner for the Lost Boys. So I would say number 5. I would put it higher, but I was outvoted. Like, look, let's see that list again. Sorry, like in my opinion, and maybe in the opinion of others, let's bring it up there. So we've got Django at number 1, Kick-Ass, Into the Wild, Pulp Fiction number 4. The Lost Boys. Now, I don't think Django should be top of that, but I was outvoted.
See, looking at this now, personally, I wouldn't put it in this order either, but that's the whole point. This is a collaboration. And
Moneyball, somebody's not. Jonah Hill's in Moneyball as well. He's one of the main guys in it.
Jonah Hill's been in every film in that board, even
it's a cracking wee film. I loved it when the first time I saw it. I thought it was, but it's kind of up my street, isn't it?
So I was thinking this today, right? So obviously I'd only watched Pulp Fiction recently, and it's a very confusing film to watch for the first time now, because obviously people have taken inspiration for this film for all different stuff. Like, I couldn't figure out. I thought Winston Wolfe was created for that insurance advert.
I'm
here to fix things, and then I was watching it. I watched it. I'm going, hold on a minute. He does take lots of cream and lots of sugar. That's what that old woman says in the cafe. And then at the end, the wallet. What's Sam Jackson's character called? Lauren? No. Anyway, his wallet at the end, the brown wallet.
Right.
Adrian had that wallet.
Aye.
Where have I seen that? And
he had it on his trunks as well. He had a pair of trunks.
He had it on his trunks, and he wore them once because all the letters started falling after him as soon as he wore them. He was going backstage and instead of saying what it was supposed to say, it was like,
but I realised, I thought
that wallet somewhere, because it used to sit on the flight case in the asylum with his keys and all that. I'm like, I've seen that. But then I'm just thinking I didn't know why he had that wallet. But I watched this film going, Jesus, man, folk have taken lots of different
I think the world's full of stuff like that. Just like folk that are going about with something that they recognise, and maybe one or two other people recognise it. But like to the people that have seen Pulp Fiction, that wallet is iconic without them, and especially that scene. Take the wallet out of the bag. Which one is yours? The one that says it's iconic when it comes to that. But I think you could walk through things in everyday life and no recognise pop culture, I suppose, isn't it?
Aye, pop culture. But the one of the things that drew me to Pulp Fiction, although like it's certain actors like you can't go wrong with, like Moneyball. I'd say there isn't that many bad Brad Pitt films. John Travolta normally is, whatever he's in's normally quite it's decent. Samuel L. Jackson's another one. Bruce Willis, I think, as well. But who do you like? Who's kind of like your person? Where like as soon as this person's in a film, you're like, right, I'm on this, and it never disappoints.
There's a few of them, but one of them's Sam Rockwell. He played Billy the Kid in the Green Mile. He was in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Moon
or something.
He was the bad guy in Hitchhiker's Guide.
Hitchhiker's Guide, aye.
It was annoying me who he was, and I realised it was Billy the Kid.
Sam Rockwell. I'll just read off a couple of other things that he's in. So Moon, he's basically the only actor in Moon. He plays 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. If you've never seen that,
I've heard
it's absolutely brilliant. 7 Psychopaths.
I've heard
where it's Christopher Walken, and it's just a bunch of different maniacs. What else is he in? Jojo Rabbit. He plays one of the.
I need to see that.
You need to see that. It's so good. Have you watched Ragnarok yet?
No. I'm still on Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's my next one. I've not watched it. There's this film here. As a Sam Rockwell film. It's called Mr. Right. That guy. Try and look that out. It's no one of his better known ones, but it's just everything he's in. I would happily watch because I know I'm going to be entertained by him at least, and he doesn't really go in things that aren't good. Aye.
Tom Hanks.
Aye. See, I'm bad for this because I'm not really clued up in films, but Tom Hanks, he's never really in anything bad, is he?
Well, Tom Hanks or Julia Roberts.
Right.
Amazingly, they're in a film together called Larry Crown, or the Larry Crown Affair or something like that, and that wasn't that great. And I was like shocked. I was like, I couldn't wait for this film to come out because they were both in it.
Aye.
And it was one of the worst films I've seen either of them in. I was so disappointed. Like,
what about you, Lee?
And see again,
is there an actor you like? Somebody that stands out to you? Is somebody that's in films?
No,
like
really.
Obviously, we've all got our favourite acting. Well, I certainly have my favourite acting heroes that I looked up to when I was wee, and it was all the action stars. So Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, maybe Seagal, Chuck Norris. But the idea, all of these guys being in the one film was ridiculous. It was kind of like, imagine all the WWF and WCW are going to fight each other. You never thought you would see them in the one place at the one time, and then Expendables comes out.
Aye, that was like a big, massive film in it.
See, that's what I kind of wish.
I've never seen them.
Like I wish that for an action movie fan, that must just be like bonkers. Like I kind of wish I could get excited by that. You know what I mean? Like
Jim Carrey as well. I think Jim Carrey's had some good. I don't think he's been in bad films. Liar's just
very
amazing,
good.
Man. What's that one with him? The Expendables. Who's the main guy? Who's the guy that made that? I was on the other night. Expendables.
The guy that made it. Is no Stallone?
No, it finished last night. Obviously, it's not Stallone, but
he walked me into that one. Did you hear that?
I missed that.
You missed that one.
Says to him, I was watching it.
You'll need to watch a show back to see it.
I was watching the Expendables. I was watching the Expendables the other night. What's that guy? The guy that made it, and he went, "Is it Stallone?" I says, "No, it finished last night."
Yes.
I walked straight in there as well.
No, it finished. It's obviously finished. It's only on for a couple of years. Still on.
That's funny.
You're just like, this is like, you're just always taking the piss out of me. Like, this is
it's an old classic. Any one of you could have said Stallone, and you went, "Oh, is it Stallone?"
Did that just come to you, or is that an old one? Do you say?
Nah, it's an old one.
Like you would say it when you were wee.
Don't get me started on Robin Williams here.
You know,
we're going to go off on.
What's wrong with Robin Williams?
Start talking about Hook again. You start talking about Hook again. Right. On this subject, you know what I watched the other night? Classic Robin Williams, right? I watched Mrs. Doubtfire. I've watched it so many times, right? But there was bits in the. I watched it the other night and I just thought, that's not always been in this film. There's just bits that I just don't remember ever being in the film. Like the scene when they're in the restaurant and he's gone from table to table and he keeps getting changed all the time. There was like a huge chunk of that. I don't ever remember that. And I was hysterical, man. It's so funny. So funny.
Was it just him?
It was a bit, he was talking, like, he's trying to put Stu after Miranda. Right. And he talked about how like she's like a devil in the bedroom and all that, and how he won't satisfy. And I'm going, I don't ever remember. Maybe it's just because I watched it when I was kind of younger. But then like just wee bits, like you could tell they were ad-libbed. Like he asked for like the poached salmon. He's like, I'll have the pouts and these teeth floating into the glass. And the Waynes are hysterical. You're like, I bet that was just like after the cuff he's done that.
Aye.
And a Heimlich manoeuvre, he comes up and the face is all hanging off and all that. Like, brilliant, man. It's just so good.
I watched Mrs. Doubtfire in the Butlins in Wonderwest. There was a big cinema in Wonderwest. That's where
I watched Beethoven. I watched Beethoven there.
Live?
No.
Butlins Wonderwest used to have a cinema and it showed the actual films that were out at the time.
But hold on. Barry, did you just say, did you watch Beethoven live singing Bat Out of Hell? That's Meatloaf. Beethoven's been dead for about 600 years.
Bat Out of Hell.
I thought we go
What is
by
your
that
opinions on Eddie Murphy?
I love him. I love his stand-up. Apparently he's trying to get back into stand-up.
Was there not a big rumour about a Netflix?
Aye. I think maybe we're going to get a wee Netflix special off him. Aye. Dolomite.
I can't believe that was real. I watched it again, didn't know it was a true story, like Into the Wild. And then at the end, you realise that Dolomite was an actual person in a range of
character.
The thing is about Eddie, I mean, it's black comedy in it. Like, I didn't really get it. It's like him and what's that other guy called? Richard Pryor.
You know, like these guys. As soon as I was a teenager, I started watching Pryor and then Murphy and like Raw and Delirious are two of the best stand-ups going. And Pryor's stand-up was just.
What's the one
trying to talk you into it?
What's the one where Eddie Murphy's wearing the Rids? Is that
Raw?
Is that Raw? I only watched that like a matter of months ago, and it was so funny.
It's brilliant, aye.
Chris Rock is alright.
See, I've tried to start getting into some different like new stand-ups.
He does good stand-up.
Like I stick to the same. Like I can watch Billy Connolly anytime. I put it on. I've heard the jokes before, and I'll watch it. I'll put it on when I'm going to sleep, and it's brilliant, right? But Ralphie May, I got right into Ralphie May. He's a comedian, big, huge guy.
Is this Ralphie May? I drew Ralphie May.
That's Ralphie May. That's what Ralphie May looks like.
Stop chasing me! I'm full of chocolate.
Watch Ralphie May because he's one of the guys that tells jokes that he just should not be able to tell. But he just tells you, he's like, I'm offensive. I don't care what I say. You either like me or you don't. But he would do like you're talking about like black comedy with Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. He would do gigs in full venues, and he would like host nights that were specifically for that. And he's just a big, huge, fat white guy. But the way he spoke and all that, and people were just hysterical. Aye. He's good, man. He feared nothing.
I've seen him on what's that one out in Los Angeles where all the comedians go out and tell stories. It's like all true stories that happened to them.
I don't know.
And Ralphie's on it. Oh wait, no, maybe no. Ralphie May's dead, so it can't be him.
Ralphie May's been dead for a while, aye.
Danny DeVito.
But was it? That's not who I'm talking about. Sorry, Riddle.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Barry Mason.
Tina Turner. What about Danny? What's your opponent like? The first Danny DeVito film I seen was Twins, I think. Really liked him in Twins.
Mermaids was mine. No, that was Bob Hoskins. They both kind of looked the same back then. They did, didn't they? Though they kind of merged into the one guy. Peter flying fucking pain.
It's good,
Captain James Hook.
I don't know many DeVito films, to be honest. But he's in DeVito, obviously one of my favourite shows of all time, Always Sunny.
Aye. He's great in that.
Frank Reynolds, unbelievable character, unbelievable. Just gets worse and worse as the series goes on.
What's your favourite?
He's just an abomination.
Trash Man. He's a wrestler.
Oh, the Trash Man. I like the one when he runs the kids' beauty pageant.
Right.
He's a penguin in Batman Returns, isn't he?
Aye, he's trying not to look like a creep because he's running a kids' beauty pageant. But but by trying not to appear creepy, he just becomes the creepiest man in the world. He's like, he gets his makeup done, but he gets it done by a funeral director. He's got his hair all straightened and all that.
Aye.
Oh, it's brutal. But I don't really know. Twins, I've seen Twins.
What's the one?
They're meant to be making triplets, and it's meant to be they've got
Eddie Murphy,
the brother.
We've been talking about this for years. I've been waiting in that. What else is Danny DeVito in?
Don't know. Try to find it.
Hold on, what's Louise saying here? This is not happening. What's not happening?
So that's the name of the show. It's called This Is Not Happening, and it's the comedian story.
He told how all weddings should be gay weddings because they're just immense. They're just brilliant.
Right, I think so. Aye. That's what you're talking about.
Aye.
He's dead.
Ralphie May's dead. Aye. He died.
Matilda, Dumbo. He was in the Dumbo.
Matilda, of course. Dumbo.
He was in the new Dumbo.
He's in one of my favourite films, and you've probably never heard it. But Big Fish. He plays the ringleader in Big Fish, where he's looking for a giant. And I was going to say Conor McGregor, Ewan McGregor, the Scottish actor. He's in the film, and it's basically this father telling his son his life story, but everything's a bit kind of far-fetched, and it's all tall tales, and his son's listened to these stories growing up for years and years, and the film kind of takes you through all these different characters that he's met, and Danny DeVito was one of the kind of main characters in it.
I always forget DeVito was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Aye. He was the voice of the...
Twist.
He was the voice of the Doug, and look who's talking now. He was the Doug.
Oh, was it?
There's Thomas saying Jumanji 2. If you've seen that, the new one, it's The Rock and Danny DeVito, I think.
Aye.
Is it The Rock? No, it's not The Rock. It's what's his face? Lethal Weapon.
Mel Gibson.
No, the other one.
Token Black Man.
IMDb.
I don't know.
I could put it on IMDb.
Mel Gibson and...
I've got this.
Can't mind the guy's name. Black Man.
He was in The Predator 2.
Predator 2, I don't know. I've not seen that either. I really haven't seen anything, man. I haven't seen anything.
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
Do you know what I've been watching?
Danny go everywhere. I'm trying to stretch my hips getting so.
I think it's go all over. It is now.
Who else is good?
I've been watching Modern Family. It's on Netflix.
Right, aye. They've got the whole series on.
It is an immense show. It is so funny. Like, so many characters in it that I just wish were real people. They're just amazing. Do you watch that, Andy? Modern Family.
I've no sat and watched through it, but
very, very good.
I've got it. It's funny.
I like Al Bundy. I used to watch Married with Children, and I really liked him. And getting to see him in something else was good.
I liked him in Wayne's World.
Peggy Bundy. It's Gemma. Peggy Bundy's Gemma for Sons of Anarchy.
Okay. We don't watch it.
I know, but you're so I want to see Al Bundy in something, but you don't want
Peggy
to see
Bundy. I do want to see. I know she's meant to be really good in it. She's meant to be like pure badass.
And you don't like it.
I didn't say I don't like it. I just say I struggled to get in there.
I'll be honest with you, right? I told you that I watched 3 episodes and gave up. I did that just to annoy you, right? But I did watch right up until the 3rd series. I told you I'd only watch 4 to annoy you, because then I wanted to watch hundreds of them and then come back and just hit you with all this mad stuff and we can banter about it.
What happened then?
I got to about the third series, and then I just...
When they went the island. Have they been the island yet?
No.
Must be series 2 then.
It was series 2 towards the end when they start working with the IRA and stuff like that.
Aye.
But then I think I just kind of lost. I think maybe I did like 3 episodes that just weren't good and they were dragging in, and then I was like, I watched it and I've just never went back to it again.
I've maybe watched 1 or 2 episodes and I keep getting told I'm Opie. If I was somebody, I would get told I'm Opie.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That if you're going back to watch season 1, I mean that's 12 years old now. I mean it is dated, and even 2 and 3 are 10-year-old. But as you come into a more modern kind of way of TV, like series 4, 5, and 6, it just becomes pure chaos, and it's like, but it's like anything like Sopranos or whatever. Like you've got to put in that groundwork to know all the characters, so that you then are invested when something big happens to somebody, because you've been you've watched this person for so long, and then you're like, oh my god, something happened.
On the subject of Barry being Opie, right? So you know the characters inside out, right? So let's name a few people and see who the characters would be in. So who would you be, for example, in Sons of Anarchy?
I think I would maybe be a Bobby.
What one's Bobby?
You're definitely a Bobby.
The fat one with it.
Bobby Elvis.
Aye, I reckon I'd be Bobby Elvis. But I think Bobby Elvis he's a bad guy. Like he can be a bad guy, but he's but Bobby Elvis,
bad guy.
he can be a bad guy when he needs to be.
Like somebody I know there. Guys, he's just a bad guy.
He tries to encourage people to do the right thing a lot.
So you would agree that
I would say Opie, probably maybe Chibs.
Barry.
Chibs is a Scottish boy, isn't it?
Aye.
Right. Like
he's the one with Braveheart that goes,
Tommy Flanagan. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as well.
Do you remember the guy in Braveheart? Who would he be? Who would he be in Sons of Anarchy?
Tig.
What one's Tig?
The one that's just got like mad fetishes and all that, and he's...
Oh, Tig! Aye, I like him. I must say I bonded with him more than anybody else, because I just couldn't quite figure him out. It was just a bit mental.
Happy. Do you know who Happy is then?
Happy. I know all of them.
The tall, baldy guy. Happy. His name's Happy. He maybe by season 2 he's not really like a big character yet.
Who's the guy with the tattoos in his head?
Juice.
And what's the old man's name with the things up his nose? What's his actual name?
Piney.
That's
Opie's dad. Opie's dad.
Aye.
Piney. His nickname's Piney. I can't mind what his name is. I should know. But I've got this big Sons of Anarchy encyclopedia. I got it for my birthday. And it's like this big thick book, and it's just like all the characters and telling you all mad stuff like facts. And David LaBreva is the guy that plays Happy. He brought out an autobiography, and he's had like a mental life. Like he was involved in a lot of drugs, and he's been in jail and all that before he became an actor. And his autobiography is just wild. It's like real life Sons of Anarchy. There's loads of cool wee things in the Sons of Anarchy. Like I don't know if Lenny the Pimp's been in it yet.
No.
So Lenny the Pimp's in the jail. They visit Lenny the Pimp in the jail, and he's like the top guy. The guy that plays Lenny the Pimp is the actual guy that was the creator of the Hells Angels.
All right.
So they give wee nods to that type of stuff throughout the program, but they consulted him, obviously, because they wanted it to be real. And he was actually in it as well. And then Kurt Sutter's the guy that wrote Sons of Anarchy. He's Otto, the guy that's in the jail. I don't know if you've seen him yet. But it's. I mean, I'm.
No, I watched. I watched Sons of Anarchy, and 50% of the time, I'm convinced that I want to be in a biker gang.
Aye.
Because I kind of want to sit about the clubhouse. I want to kind of drink beers and smoke cigars, and I want all the women to just be like, "Oh, me," and all that. And I like the kind of the money and all. But then I'm not keen on the whole murdering bit yet.
Aye, they need to do. But they've all been in the. They've all been in the. I think that I don't quote me, but they've definitely all been in the jail. You can't be in Sons unless you're an outlaw. Aye. But I think also they all served time in the army. I think, because when they get buried and stuff, they're all buried in that army kind of site, like Piney and John Taylor and all that. So I think most of them were in Nam.
I mean, I'd like to. I mean, if that was the case and you had to be in the jail and stuff, I think I could maybe just like no pay my telly license and they would let me in.
Aye, like run away, steal a packet of Space Raiders, run down the street and be like, it was me, I done it. Take it. Hands in your head and all that. Down in the deck. But make sure you've got your willy out so you get, just in case they let you go, like you get done for indecent exposure, arse hanging out in the street like that.
Just people walking back.
There you go. So only the first 9 were in the army. So the first 9 are the founding fathers of the Sons of Anarchy: John Taylor, Clay Morrow, Piney, and they're actually making a prequel about them. It's an origin story kind of thing. It's a massive universe because now you've got Mayans and they're the rivals to Sons of Anarchy, but they've now made a series about them and how all stuff that goes on. It's massive universe. Bigger, the only universe in TV that I would say was anywhere near the size of Sons of Anarchy would probably be The Simpsons. Corey, Sons of Anarchy is well bigger than Corey. The Simpsons is probably the only other programme that's got a bigger universe than Sons. There's a lot of people in Sons.
I think I might just try. I think it's a bit of a commitment to get past the first 3 before it gets good, because BT Gunn keeps telling me like, stick with it because it starts to get pure bonkers towards like season 5 or something like that. Basically,
every now and again, a new sheriff comes in or a new FBI agent, and they become the new antagonist.
Aye,
that wants to take them down.
Like in Dexter, where every season was like a new foe for him to go against. Do you ever see Dexter?
Aye, but again, it's one of the ones. I think when I get into something that's got like 18 seasons, it's too much. I'll get 2 and then I look forward and I've got too much to go, and then I lose motivation for it.
Put it this way, like I've just no long finished it for the 4th time, but see if I were to go and put it on again the night and watch it all again, I would do it and no bother. It's brilliant. It's so well written. Like it's so clever, and once you start getting invested in the guys and that, like you get, it gets you quite emotionally.
I can't watch it without hearing you singing the opening credits. But
I have cried at Sons of Anarchy a couple of times.
What's the opening credits to Sons of Anarchy?
I forget, Andy. What's the opening credits?
Riding through this world, all alone. God takes us so down. You're all alone. A crow flies straight, perfect line, on the devil's back until you die. That was actually one of the things I noticed about Superbad was the guy that done the music was a guy called Lyle Workman, and he wrote one of my favourite songs for Sons of Anarchy, which was a slow guitar cover of Creedence Clearwater Revival, what's it, Fortunate Son.
So I was watching Superbad, and while he's here, BT Gunn is here, Tam. I was watching Superbad, and there was a tune in it, and as soon as I heard it, I went, and that's the amount of times I've heard that music, the amount of times I've been stalling waiting for him.
It must be a sample for somewhere, because that's the original song.
The Misfits.
That was the Misfits song. It was different.
I was doing something. I was like,
I thought it was just a remix of that.
Maybe. I think it was a different version. Maybe like this was the original version for whenever, and the Misfits maybe sampled that to get the tune. But as soon as I heard it, I was saying to Louise, that's Misfits in it? That's Tam's tune. He said some crackers. That's probably that was a belter of a tune. He's went all aggressive and
that was his peak
moody
family.
now.
It's his peak family show tune.
Aye. Misfits theme song. What a great tune.
Aye, that's what I would always give him.
I think that so far in all the films that have came out, they've all had a banging soundtrack to them. Like Django was great, Superbad was great, Pulp Fiction. That's a different kind of film.
That's up there with the Goblin King.
Lost Boys.
Pulp Fiction.
You don't need the K. The K is too on the nose. You need to take the K off. If we're putting it on a t-shirt, we wouldn't have the K on it.
That's in the top shelf at Global Video, isn't
it? Excuse me, mate. Have you got Pulp Fiction?
That's one of these side stalls at the bar, isn't it?
So we've no further forward to Barrymore yet. We've been trying to get a bite off him.
Right.
Hashtag Barrymore's done, and he's busy. He's a busy man. He was on this morning.
He was on this morning.
He's a busy
he's
guy.
doing his Strike It Lucky. We want to play Strike It Lucky.
It's all man.
Do you think we can get it on to play it here?
We feel like we deserve that, and we are very hospitable.
Aye. If you're still paying attention to us, if there's anybody listening, remember, don't go and bother them. Don't at them. But if we can get Barrymore
at him, if you're going to be nice at him, you know, we need to get his attention, you know. We need to at him, but we need.
The big man was trending. The big man was trending today.
Yeah, when he was in this morning.
That was great to see.
Aye.
It was good to see that he's on a comeback. I think if we get him on here, that'll be it for him. That'll be it. This will just
get that wrestling crowd like we've done for like Greg Rempel and Rob Florence.
This will be that wee springboard he needs just to get back in there.
Get still game back in the telly thanks to the wrestling audience.
Yeah, we don't really like to talk about it, you know what I mean? But we all know that.
We'll get there.
A
couple of years, we need to do something. Let's play wrestling.
Run you go, boys. Hey, run you go.
Aye. What's even sitting in a clans? Didn't even get to sit in a clansman or nothing.
I know. I can't
Having a wee pint.
I can't believe I didn't even. So obviously we work in the asylum, and that is Craig Lang. And when they filmed the whole thing, I wasn't in any of the times, and I thought I should have come in early to get a photo with the boys in their costumes. That's a good one. You know what I mean?
Done, gone forever.
What about? I'll just try see if there's any questions coming in there. Tam's the last thing to say anything. I think we'll get Barrymore on. I think eventually, because I'll put my hands up and say I sent him a wee message trying to get him on, and he was just he's busy, as you say. He was on the show today. He's got loads going on. It's hard to think that he might come on, but if he had goodness, if he had out of the goodness of his heart to come and say hi to us and maybe even get a wee game on, and maybe even get a wee game of. What do you call it? Maybe we could play something else. Maybe instead of bringing Strike It Lucky back on, we can play like
My Kind of People.
My Kind of People. Maybe we could get My Kind of People back on. My Kind of Music.
Talent on it. They stole
Barrymore started it all.
Started everything. There was no light ultimate before Barrymore.
Aye, you're right.
He done another programme as well. He done another programme.
He was on loads of stuff. But that
was like Michael Barrymore show. He designed.
Actually, what was that like?
Strike It Lucky, Strike It Rich, My Kind of People, My Kind of Music.
Aye,
My Kind of Music, Strike It Rich, Strike It Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get him on and talk to him. It'd be good if everybody listening just send out a wee whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. I don't know. I don't think Barrymore's got Twitch, but he's got Instagram. That's what he's been doing.
Kids say the funniest things.
Kids say the funniest things.
That was great. That was great. They just sit down and interview wins.
Just cracking telly, man. Cracking telly.
We need to get him back on. He wasn't super. Louise Westy. You've got something. You've made a wee mistake there.
That was Dale Winton.
That was Dale Winton,
which
has been taken over.
Aye.
He came out. Where'd he come from? Not just a Big Brother or something like that.
Rylan.
X Factor.
He won Big Brother and he hosted it for a bit. He hosted it for a while and he became quite a big.
He's great.
I like him. I
think he's brilliant. Very, very natural. Very natural.
You've always you've always wanted to be in Big Brother, and I reckon you would take off like a Rylan. And I'm not comparing you to him, but I just think
it's the teeth in the beard, isn't it? It's the teeth in the beard.
I mean, this is clearly why you've been nominated for this award. Like you were on the telly, and now it's just going to catapult you somewhere else.
I've got a mutual friend of Rylan Clark. My pals with him. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I would like to go in Big Brother because I think it would be like the way Big Brother is like now or the last couple of times. Like, could you imagine me in Big Brother with all these mad
goons?
Like that think they're. They all want to crave attention and they all just do pure mad things and they're all mega eccentric. I think it'd be just to put a normal guy in there. Just put a normal guy in there, see how it goes. The best people that came from Big Brother were normal people. Even X Factor as well. But like Craig, the guy that won Big Brother, Craig Phillips and Kate Lawler and Jade Goody and Ollie, people like Ollie Murs and all that for the...
Are your regular guys?
So we just I think it would be good because you'd be looking at the camera going, you fucking what? You'd be in that diary room, man. You'd be in the diary room. You'd be like,
I can't take any of this, man.
I think people
would. People.
I think people would like want to. They'd want to keep you in there.
You'd be massively popular outside the house, but hated in the house.
Aye, they'd be wanting to keep you in there.
I mean, you would have the support of everybody watching and the community of the wrestling. You would have all that support, regardless. Obviously, we'd be voting to keep you in. But do you think you would endear yourself to get votes, or would you just be yourself and not really play the game?
See, that's the thing, because it is a game show, isn't it?
Aye.
I mean, you need to win that money. That's what made the first one so... Because the first one was an experiment. And they, like, that guy, Nick, and he became famous, right, off the back of that, but the guy's life was ruined,
Aye, that's Nick.
And what did he really do, Ryan? You know what I mean? He was like playing people off one another to try and win the game show and try and win money. And like, but the media, it's like politics. But then that Craig was the one that he decided he was going to be the one that took him down, and then he ended up the nation's favourite. But he was just as bad. They pure vilified this guy. Like, if that happened now, it would be Craig that would be the one that would be getting all sorts of hassle.
Aye. Aye. So let's keep pushing for Barrymore, boys. I'm absolutely busting for a pee. I can't stay here a second longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dash off. If you're still here when I come back, I'll talk to you. But if I'm not, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm away for a. I'm away for a
pedal. You come back and say goodbye. I don't want to disappear while he's not here. He what we should be doing is telling me to go away and get the hot noodles.
Aye, apparently he got.
Maybe that's what he's away.
Apparently he got hot noodles, and they were allegedly spicy. The door's open. The door's swung open.
The cat's going to get out. Lee, your cat's going to get out.
See, the day I was at my window and my upstairs neighbour's cat was just kind of hanging about, having a good time, and outside the close, and a dog just went for it, man. Like, it was this cat was an inch its life, like, to and the cat actually ended up setting about the dog. The cat went for it, like the two of them were fighting, this big dog, man. But the cat ended up getting well out of there.
Do you not film it?
Nah, I actually was just like, what the hell just happened?
I had to got my camera out. Well, no, I've been too caught up in the moment to try and get out it. One time, I don't want to kind of send you off on this story, but cats can put up a really good fight when they have to. My mum and dad had a cat called Tess, and this was a wee stray thing that came out of the street. My dad just started feeding it, and eventually it became their cat. It didn't go away, and this wee thing, it met its demise. It met his demise. This wee cat that my mum and dad had. At the hand of two Rottweilers that were loose at night somehow, and like my ma says, you could see the wee cat pure gone for it and gear it saw. But ultimately, this is a horrible story, but it was too much.
I've just came back to a right sad story though.
I know.
Well, I was just telling a story that my neighbour's cat today would get jumped by like I think it's a greyhound that somebody's got in the street, and it went. I mean, it really went for this cat, but the cat put up a fight. Like the cat went for him.
Foxes keep attacking. There's a fox down my back. It's attacked Nigel a couple of times in the darkness. He waits till it's dark so I can't see it, so I can't batter it. Touch my dog. Daft fox.
Right, I think maybe we're on our way out. I was trying to hold on to see if we could surprise everybody, but it doesn't look as though it's going to happen.
Surprises with it.
It kind of happens.
It's a surprise. I mean, we're hanging on here. We're hanging on.
I was just, the missus was going to come up with a wee bit more cake for everybody. She was on her way here, like a Just Eat service.
All right.
And it's not happening. They've not arrived. They've not arrived with you yet anyway. I thought maybe when you went away, Jester, somebody would have been at your door.
What? What are you talking about?
I was trying to send you some cake. Like once at the start of the show, I brought the cake on.
Right.
And then I sent a courier out.
Right. Well, what? Are we hanging about for something?
Yeah, I think we are. Right. Somebody's hijacked this studio here. Right. I've got somebody's come into this studio here. I'm going to have to put them on the screen now. Right. Hold on. Oh! Yes.
Hey guys.
That was difficult.
That took a long time.
I've been getting pure paranoid going, mate, we're 20 minutes there. They're going to be thinking this is really boring.
I know.
Sorry,
guys.
I said talking about my cat getting ripped apart.
Yeah. I'm a dodgy chap. Wouldn't let me in, but finally kicked my way past the guard, and here I am.
What's happening, big boy?
It's good to see you.
Much.
How are you?
Too. Dandy.
Where are you? Are you outside or something in front of a building or something?
If you wallpapered your house with laminate flooring.
No, this is my office. The missus painted this wall behind me, industrial style. So
I like it.
It's looking pretty cool. We're just been up to home renovations. I was out and about getting some chores done down at her mum's house, and then I just get back in time to make sure I caught you guys so we can chat. What been up to?
You've missed everything. You've missed Best Actors, Sons of Anarchy.
Well,
what did you have for your dinner?
That's
my favourite part. What you had for your dinner?
The first question. Well, if it's your favourite part, the question is, what did you have for your dinner?
It's not dinner time here. I've had my lunch.
What did you have for your lunch?
Aye, it's only.
I had Chipotle. I had Chipotle. I ate it on the way here. I was in a hurry, so I got some Chipotle, smashed it on the way here, so I could jump on as quick as I could.
Chipotle.
What's Chipotle?
It's like Mexican takeaway, like the burritos.
Like American Mexican delight. You get the burritos and the tacos. Are they big in Scotland yet?
We've got Taco Bell
them over here.
Taco Bell.
It's like Taco Bell, but you won't be on the toilet for 6 weeks.
Okay.
Chipotle's lovely.
Just the rest of the evening. So else
they don't have it here.
Do you know what I tried when I was in Vegas and I just didn't like them? What are they wee things? No, I'm talking about
No, the Hingbeats, yeah.
The wee, I think it's a Mexican thing. Tamales.
Tamales.
And it's like wrapped in it's like wrapped in like a corn husk.
Yeah.
And they kind of put it and they bake it, and it was. Nah, I wasn't a fan. Wasn't a fan
of these tamales?
As much meat as possible wrapped up.
Do you get a pie? Do you get a pie in Tampa? Do you get a Scotch pie?
Nah, the pies here are the pizzas. That's what they call a pizza here.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Pizza pie.
That's ridiculous, man.
It's crazy. It's like, you want a pie? I was like, no, I don't want a pie. It's like, oh no, that's like a pepperoni pie or a cheese pie.
What about?
Yeah, man. Yeah, how do you live there? Calling pizza
about almost 13 years now. I'm kind of getting used to it, but still not used to it.
I mean, like, we're all similar age. Like, you know, like we're fans of Michael Barrymore. We like Michael Barrymore. We're trying to get him on the show.
Mr. Saturday Night.
We want to play Strike It. We want to play Strike It Lucky with him. He plays Strike It Lucky on Instagram Live with people, and we're trying to get him on, but he won't come on. But we do have Scotland's third best wrestler in the room right now. So well done.
Who's first to sing?
Let's get this thing holding up my trousers.
Rowdy Roddy.
I knew it. How long's it got to take?
Look at him.
I'm here with my Pyrex dish full of diluting juice, and you've got your belt on. You're an embarrassment.
My championship, Big Barrymore. Everybody champion's cool enough to come on, but no Michael Barrymore. You're no Mr. Saturday Night anymore. You're too big for your boots, Barrymore.
No, don't talk. Yeah, you know what? Just while we're here, this is what I want to.
You want to be nice to him.
That's what it's all about. Oh no, hold on. Just give me 5 seconds.
Skipping 5, 4, 3.
You taking a call?
No.
Sorry, I'll just hang on.
Aye. Why did they wonder why they changed the name?
Strike It Lucky, Strike It Rich.
Maybe because his name was Shane Ritchie. Shane Ritchie, Strike It Rich.
Well.
Did they?
Yeah, Barrymore did both of them. Yeah, that bothered maybe they changed the name.
Aye. No's House Party, but
that was the Barrymore.
No's House Party, man. Like that bit with the Wayne, they always done a Wayne, and they'd say funny things about his mum and dad. And like they interviewed the Wayne about the mum and dad, and a boy in my school was on it, and he went on it 3 times, right? And they kept bringing him back because he was so funny, and he would say like horrifying stuff about his parents. And the first time, this was like 1995, and the first time he went, he got a PC. Like that, the kid got to pick the prize that they got for being on the show. So he picked himself a PC, and that's what he got for going on. Then the second time, you never guess what he picked the second time. A PC desk. And then the third time, he got a colour printer. You get the full set off the BBC.
That's what he's like.
An Apple Mac.
Do you remember what kind of stuff he would say about his parents?
Nah, but it was just like stuff like hearing them fighting in the bedroom and all that. Like I would hear them. But I think basically the idea was that they briefed him on what to say before he went in to make it funny. But when you look at Ant and Deck Saturday Night Takeaway now, that's what we have here now, Drew. If what you might have, I'm sure you know that.
You heard of
PJ and Duncan.
These 2 guys, Ant and Deck, they're quite big in the UK. You might not have heard of them.
Yeah. I've heard of Ant and Deck. They've been around since the beginning of time.
When was the last time you got to sit and watch Saturday Night Telly?
PJ and Duncan.
What kind of
By the way, that was my first ever gig. PJ and Duncan.
Barry got audio, or was he just talking to himself?
No, Barry's got audio.
Can you not hear me?
I can't hear.
You want me to shout? You should be able to hear me. It's very bad.
Blocked Barry's audio somehow.
Why
mute Barry? You can mute people.
You can? How have I managed to mute Barry then? Take away that Scotland's third best wrestler.
Good to see you.
Who is the 1 and 2?
Good to see you, but not hear you.
Who is the 1 and 2?
He's away. He's away.
He's done. That's it. We've had.
He's away because you've told me he's third best. Get that away and he'll come back.
Aye, but we've got Roddy Piper and Roddy Piper and
the Highlanders.
Highlander Rory.
Right, that's it. You've upset the big man. Look, no, he's
touched a button and he's ruined it.
What has he done? I thought I was bad with computers.
We've got the whole of Scotland have tuned into this now. We've got the servers are gone. The servers are going mental. My Virgin He's away. He's gone. He's
Get
done.
him back on. Get him back
He's
on.
off. He's done.
Right.
Well, it took him
Thanks
too
for
long to
watching,
get in here.
everyone. See you later.
That's definitely the time to go. I need to go.
Remember to follow us Anti-Social Distancing, Twitter,
Oh, he's back, right.
Facebook.
Hold on.
Bye, right. You need to say bye now. We're leaving now.
Right, that's it. Where'd you go? Can you hear me now?
I'm
Can you
back.
hear me now?
It's like what's that show like back in the day? They worked their PC repair people on the telephone. You had to unplug it and plug it back in, and it always worked. What was that show called? Come on.
What? The comedy show.
Funhouse. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
No.
Only Fools and
it-
Horses.
Does anybody watch your guys' show? Like somebody must know it there.
The Fast Show.
No,
The
I can't
IT
get it.
crowd.
Tune the Fat.
IT. The
IT
IT
crowd.
something.
The IT
The IT crowd.
Yeah, that's somebody. Whoever's got
Aye.
IT something. That doesn't.
I
sound
didn't
right.
know
Drew, Black Label, here we go.
You plug-
Wolfy, you weren't in the Black Label, so
Aye.
you're no part of
Shut
this.
Andy up though. I can't hear him.
Big man's trying to talk.
This is it. Right, so Drew, well,
Because
you're
I've got a
here,
professional mic.
before you can't hear Andy, before this gets cut off again, it's been, how long has it been since you won the title now? Over a month?
Yeah, 1 month and 1 day, I believe. So they didn't.
1 month and 1 day.
One
So I
month.
think that's enough time to pass. You've got a bit of clout now. You know, you can throw your weight about a wee bit. You know what I mean? So when are you talking to Vince about this Black Label idea that I keep messaging you about?
It's a matter of time. It's not a surprise if I would tell everybody, especially him. So I think this one day, one day when the time's right, I'll just leave the back door open and just slide on in.
Aye. I mean, I'll just let me know, man.
I'm going to need a bit of notice because
I mean, it's probably going to be in the future, unless you want to swim here right now.
I'm not
So you just get yourself
2016.
over here
Like,
when things start opening back up. Maybe we're doing one of the UK shows. I'm petitioning to get us a UK pay-per-view. I feel like that'd be a good place for it. I want it to be in Scotland at Hampden.
Aye.
My dream situation. Then
the
everybody would
weather's
know.
rotten.
And he'd be like, that was a great idea. We felt it, Vince. We felt it.
Listen, I know I should have ran it past you before I jumped the
I
barrier.
told you it was a worldwide pay-per-view. I feel like he'd be cool with it. As long as it got over, I feel like he'd be cool.
I'll need a bit of time to lose a bit of weight and that. I can't, I mean,
I would not be champion anymore.
I don't think he can hear you, Andy.
well, tell him I need a bit of time.
Not
Tell him I need
saying
some
what you're saying.
time.
It's like he looks so annoyed though. He just keeps running his mouth and I can't hear what he's saying. Look at him.
Aye, but it's no bit funny when I kick him out. Right, that's it, he's getting kicked out. I don't care. I don't care if he's a champion. No, he's off. He's done. I don't care if he's a champion.
Oh, man.
I
All
can't
right.
see him like that.
Right, don't speak to me like that again.
This is what happened.
He can't hear
Guy
you.
from the wrestling.
Don't speak to me like that again.
Guy from the wrestling.
You're the guy for the wrestling. So basically,
Or in Scotland, are you that mad wrestler guy? 90% of the time.
you Drew. No, I'm the other one.
Don't you usually get that? Like I've
Aye, I
got
get it
it
all the time.
before.
I used to love, right? So when you pissed off the first time, I used to go out partying in Ayr, and folk used to buy me drinks on it because they just thought that for some reason you had flown back from Tampa to go to Fury Murray's on a Saturday night. So
I did
try not,
sometimes.
try not to talk. Cool. Signing, scribbling, just signing drunk. Text you like, Drew, I'm getting all your free drinks.
You do a great impression of me anyway. You can take the phone off me a million times and they're going to speak for about 10 minutes.
I bet his face is too round.
That's it. That's
I hear you.
you talking about.
Like,
Around face.
Drew,
We get so much done when I can't hear Andy.
right,
Frank,
Drew.
Frank Sidebottom.
Frank's side bottom.
Drew.
Translate Andy's
Chester.
saying, what's he saying?
He's got a big
He said-
round face.
Saying that my face was rounder than yours. You're telling me I've got a round face?
But I'm not. Listen,
You know what I mean?
that's a trademark.
What the hell? But see,
Something about the beard.
talking about my Drew McIntyre impression. I could talk to Vince. I could convince Vince
to be fair, I was going to just ask Jester to leave and then come back on again because I didn't think you were going to make it on, Drew. So I was just going to ask Jester to do an impersonation of you. Are you going to use one?
It's only funny for the people that know me in real life.
Yeah, my God.
And I'm like tired all the time.
Yeah, there it is. You got a catchphrase.
Yeah.
Good. Eat my Chipotle, so tired, man.
Right, you probably is
tired these days.
Andy.
I've got all the time in the world now. I'm not tired anymore.
Right,
What is that you're drinking? Is that some American drink or not? What is that? Is that tea?
I'm away.
Coffee.
He's away.
He's enough.
I'm not going to keep.
You're shite. The black label was shite.
So that's it's a generic coffee until you pay me.
Yeah. By the way,
Andy just shouted the black label of shite and then left.
Isn't he like the admin for this?
He's in control. That's probably the worst thing we could have done is give him control because he's power mad. He's went to his head already.
There we go.
Yeah, look how sunny it is in Drew's room. It's pitch black.
I know. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon now.
We're getting some good Florida weather out here. It was very, very hot today.
Talking about very, very hot. I'm roasting in this wee room. I'm going to need. I know I kept you holding on here, but Drew, you'll be quicker next time, I suppose. But I'm knackered, and I think we're going to need to round this up because everybody's been watching.
It was a wee surprise.
My son is getting into trouble because he's up too late.
That's fine, lads.
And it's my fault.
Listen, Drew, if I was the guy controlling the buttons,
catching up for the world, but that's fine.
Oh, no. Can you hear me now?
We're back on Sunday.
Can you hear me now?
Drew,
We'll welcome you back Sunday. Not like you're busy.
But that's all right.
Aye, it's not like you're busy.
Drew, can you hear Andy? He's asking.
Can you not hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You can hear
Right, well, it wasn't that when it was when it was Mr. Big Time back in the day. I'm away to the WWE now. Sees all that. I don't need yous anymore. I don't need these pals anymore.
He said enough.
Then 2014. Oh, guys, how have you all been? Oh, it's so great to hear from you. Oh.
Whoever's watching, you can see he doesn't just do this to me. He's doing it to Drew too. It's just in his nature to bully people.
As I just stopped talking to you.
What do you? Where's that mute button?
Look at his face, boy. He loves it. He loves it. This is great. You do that, and then you wonder why folk lose their rag at you.
Do you think it's all right?
Listen,
I don't think I've ever lost a rag at Andy ever. He's tried many times over the years. I've seen millions of folk lose the rag at him.
No one of them.
Andy being Andy.
He's so good.
It's nice. It's a term of endearment. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't try and noise you up.
You always get that much more brave.
Aye, but that's different. That's different.
I'll do it to you if I like you. I'll do it to you if I don't like you.
It doesn't even matter. People get to say like,
if I don't like you, it's like proper like. Aye.
Going in on you.
Aye. But it's
one story like I was trying to tell my wife this story recently because she was asking, like she recognises obviously Barry. Yeah, she's met before. She's obviously met Lee tons of times, and she was asking about you, Andy. And I was trying to think of a good story to tell. And I told the story about the time you and Lee were in Buchanan Street, I think, because I've just laughed about it so much about how much you're committed to the bit. And I guess you eat an ice cream or something if you want to tell the story. You're not a better storyteller than me, like Lee.
I don't remember this.
You told me it.
Right, so we always talk about it. Like this has happened so many times where Andy will fully commit to the wind up that he's doing to his own detriment. All right, like. I've seen him throw himself down flights of stairs. I was actually going to tell you this story earlier where you're talking about when the guy pinned you up against the bus stop. I remember one time I was sitting in a bus stop texting and I just heard this noise coming from a distance going and it was getting louder. And I just ignored it. But then as I turned round, you just ran face first into the bus stop. Boom! Then just laying the pavement.
That's the sound you make before you do something dumb. It's like you switch into that other personality.
You just ran down the street. I was just ignoring you, and I turned you went. Both man, I could see your face smashed into the bus stop, and then I was walking down the tune one day as well, and I just heard somebody screaming at the top of their lungs. I turned round, it was you in the back of a packed bus gone like that through the window. That bus is going to fall away. Folk are going to go, what is he doing? The ice cream one. Where was it?
I'm sweating. You're laughing.
It was like Mechanic Galleries, and we got ice cream, and we were eating it, and then you just did your wee hang again where you went, and it was Mechanic Galleries because we were going out, and I remember specifically we were going out, and you just went, it's nice, you started going,
Here comes the noise.
and then I'm going, as soon as that noise comes, everything ends, you're just going, remember that's with ice cream, and then you got it in your hands and rubbed it all through your hair.
I was enjoying it.
And there was there was a Japanese family getting their photograph taken because they're clearly on holiday, and they're all sitting there Sunday, and you've just ran up behind them and went, hold on, you went, then you went, then you stop it and go, I need a game and I'm a shot.
Do you know what? This was maybe a silly one. I mean, when I think back to it, I think that was maybe a bit silly. But remember the time, like outside HMV in Buchanan Street, and I was just lying in the middle of the So I was just lying in the middle of Buchanan Street, like just lying there, like
I remember this story too.
as if I had died.
You told me you were tired.
And everybody was standing round, like I got this big crowd were gathering round, and then like this guy, like everybody's standing and people are trying to pick me up and all that, and I'm just like, and then the guy just came up to me and he went, "Mate, are you all right?" And I just went, "Aye." Just got up and walked away, and everybody was just looking at me like. That guy was lying there for
Someone going to
ages.
throw a kick at you. Like, remember that story? Someone had to throw like a kick and you're lying there. You just didn't flinch. You just lay there so committed to the bit.
Aye, there was a bunch of wee Neds came up and they were like, but then when one of them tried to hit me and I just lay there, and then it was him that went, "Mate, are you all right?" And I went, "Aye, fine." You were there.
We were literally walking through the town, and then
Virgin. It was Virgin.
It just came out of nowhere. You just went. You went. You went. I'm tired, and I just went, all right. But I kept walking at him, and you just laid in the paper. It's just the way that he net. Right, and you swung a kick right for your head, and you didn't even flinch, man. And do you mind the Scenic Centre years ago? You used to have the big staircase at the back that brought you in the seat as well. I was there one day as well, and I heard you again at the top of the stairs just going, "Ah!" And then you lay down and just rolled yourself down all the way, and then rolled all the way up to my feet, and then stood up. You're like, "Be up to." took you about 10 solid minutes.
I'm not like that anymore. I don't do things like that.
You're an adult. You're a dad. You're a father.
It's just like when I just look at Drew and it's like he's a WWE champion now, and I'm just a fat arsehole.
You're a father. You've got a family.
And like, although I'm happy for Drew, right? I'm really happy for him, but I'm also absolutely devastated for myself. I mean, when the careers advisor at school, like Drew and I there's a year between us, and the career advisor at school like asked me like, what is your major goal in life? And I said stupidly that I was going to be the first ever Scottish WWE champ. and Drew's done it, and I'm
awkward.
Like, you know,
who was time? You can be the second.
I mean, listen, mate, you're going to need to give me about 5. I need 5 years.
And don't put yourself up, because your careers advisor asked you and you said you want to be WWE champion. When Drew's career advisor asked him, he said he wanted to be a fat arsehole. So,
balances. I mean, I bet you just love to just look.
I'd like to be a fat arsehole.
To get a packet of these anytime you want. Just any time, just
the jelly tots.
Crack open the jelly tots any time in the day. But you can't do that. You've got to watch, the overhang and the trunks and all that.
I guess I actually forgot we were like on the internet. God, are we saying something bad?
No.
Listen, we know. We'll keep
I'm being a bit, towards myself, but that's fine.
I literally forgot because we were just catching up. I went, oh my god, this is streaming live on the internet. I forgot about that. My accent gets thicker, so hopefully no one can understand me anyway, except people in Scotland.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Exactly.
This has been a nice wee surprise. This has been fun.
But I actually do genuinely need to go.
Aye. This has been brilliant.
I should go back to real life stuff, but I know I'm going to start getting non-PG in a second, and then that's not really good. We'll catch up later. We'll get a phone call. There's not everybody watching, and we'll talk about all sorts.
We'll talk about the good stuff in private.
No, it's a good wee quick catch up. Everything's above board. Don't worry. Because I don't want. I mean, I don't want to get into trouble. I can't get him in. We need to watch because we get him in. We get him into. Can't get him into trouble. So.
Absolute saints. There's nothing we've ever done that anyone would raise an eyebrow about ever. They would say, wow, what gentlemen, and they've always been gentlemen.
Oh, you're right.
Angels, angels are for us. The four angels, of course.
But, for those that have stayed on, we're normally only on for about an hour. But thanks for staying on.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Drew, for paying us a visit. And we'll see everybody soon. 2 seconds.
Remember, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch.
This guy.
My name's